Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Marshmallow! I tell you, I've opened up for a few DJs in my career, by far the best one, hands down. Guys, this is incredible stuff here. I'm Golden Boy, your host, and this is the moment that we have been waiting for. 10 weeks have culminated to this point right here in New York City, Arthur Ashe Stadium. This packed house. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause for being here with us today. Without you, this is not possible. But now it's all about these players up on this stage. And this right here, the trophy and the title of being the FORTNITE World Champion. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I want to get into these games as soon as possible, but I think we got to ramp up the excitement just a little bit more.
No pain, no gain, no guts, no glory. I'm a one-man army, ain't a one-man army. Ain't a weapon formed against me, and you already know the rest, so you know your best ain't gonna stress me. If you the best, I'm the next thing. You can do it too.
When you think about what's at stake here for these players, so much on the line. And we crowned 2 FORTNITE World Champions yesterday, but that was duos competition. And today, these people are riding solo. And it's about that trophy, being able to raise this right in front of everyone here in New York City and walking away with $3 million in prizes. History will be made, lives will change. Now, I know that you guys want to hear from some of our players as well. There's one player in particular that I think each and every person in this arena wants to hear from. Jordan, who do you got?
The legend, the man, the myth. TQ! I want my vest back, by the way. Guys, standing next to me, I mean, you guys know him. He needs no introduction. He's pretty decent at the game of Fortnite. He's like, fine, I guess. I don't know, 1v1 man creative. We'll see what happens, right? But knowing that you're as good as you are, right, and your skills, your gifts, your game sense, your speed, your dexterity, your precision, all of these things that I'm sure a lot of people are very fearful of, there are a lot of incredibly young, gifted talents that are up here on the stage right now from all over the world. How do you prepare for all of these different game styles?
Basically, how I prepare is just stream to all of my beautiful viewers, and you know, they stream snipe me, and I get rushed by like 30 people every game, so if I can handle that, then I can handle anything, right?
I have seen it happen in real time. It's insane. I don't know how you deal. I mean, you've got a long way, you know, to get to the end, but obviously vying for that #1 slot. How was your strategy working out going into your drop spot today? Your rotation, are you going to be flexible? What are your thought processes going into today?
Here yesterday we hyped up nicely, and I think we could do it again. This is it. This is for this community right here, whether you're watching them at home, whether you're here with us in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Let me hear you. No. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let us hear you loud and proud. This is the FORTNITE World Cup Finals, and let's send it over to your casters for the first set of games. It's Courage and Dr. Lupo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The FORTNITE World Cup Finals Solos competition kicks off today, and I could not be more excited. I'm still sweating from the Marshmallow performance we just saw, but
absolutely,
Dr. Lupo, this is going to be a darn good time.
100 of the best solo players the world has ever seen in Fortnite are today playing for $15 million in Jack. First place takes home $3 million, which is the largest individual prize for any player in esports ever up until this point. You realize that? That is ridiculous.
It's a pretty long history. Lives will be changed today, as we know. It's been happening throughout the weekend, and we've seen the best competitors in the world go up in creative, obviously in the Pro-Am, in the duos competition, and now it is time for solos. We're going to go through the format, the prizing for everyone at home so you can get caught up to speed. Millions tuned in throughout the weekend so far, and even more we'll be watching here today. So Ben, I want to break down these rules for everyone at home. It's not your normal
No, it is not, especially if you've watched any competitive gameplay over the past. On your screen right now is the format. This is solo, so the top 25 placement will get you 3 placement points. Top 15 is 5. If you make it all the way to top 5, that's 7 points. And that coveted victory royale, of which there will only be 6 today, is worth 10 points. But on top of that, it's not just about placement. Every single elimination is an additional point. Those are going to add up, and see exactly how things play out over 6 games. Yep. Those 6 games, we add those scores up. Jack, what's the take home? I know, just read it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, first place today wins $3 million US. If you get second, third, or fourth, your prize money you're winning is also above the 1 million mark. Hey, I wouldn't be too upset with 5th place either at 900 grand, but you see, top 20 all earn $112,500 or more. And guess what? Just because they made it here today, everyone on the stage will win $50,000 for their efforts across the last few months of competition. But I can tell you, the prize money is sweet. It's great going up against the best in the world, but that right there, the coveted trophy on your screen and the title of FORTNITE World Champion, the first ever solo World Champion, is what's on all these players' mind.
You have to remember, too, over the course of the 10 weeks of qualifiers, we had 40 million players throw their name.
Prediction for the Solo World Cup champion is done.
People continue to pile on in here to the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Dr. Lupo, our games are almost ready to kick things off, but there's so many ways you can watch this weekend. Obviously, the normal streaming platform, but a new initiative as well from Fortnite, a new way to watch on Fortnite.com/watch. There's some unique stats, as well as all sorts of feeds you can watch from. It's a viewing experience with real-time stats at different points of view in game. Head to Fortnite.com/watch and choose from this channel a dedicated map channel and 10 rotating options. You see there on your screen exactly who we brought on up. If you want, feed 3 features teams for player spotlight. If you're rep from the Oceanian region and you want to see the Twins play, there you go. You've got your dedicated as well. The future.
competition is about to begin. If you are here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, I need you to get as loud as you possibly can. 100 of the best players in the entire world are about to face off for $15 million. Jack, guess what? 100 players, the battle bus is loaded. 6, 5, 4, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Game 1 of 6 officially underway, and on your screen, all 100 players. Arguably the biggest day of their entire lives. The average age of competitors, just 16 years old. If you're a younger fan here in the audience, you dream of one day being here. If you're the same age, you look to your peers as people to look up to and aspire to be as good as one day. If you're a parent, I'm sure you can imagine what's going through these kids' minds. Here we go, folks. Tifu on your screen. Block has been his place forever, Dr. Lupo, and he is not shying away here in Game 1.
I haven't seen talk to Tifu about this landing zone. The opinion was basically, I don't care who else lands here, I'm going to take it. I'm going to clear it. He has a free legendary chest right here in the middle. And look at the inventory already. Blue pump shot, gold tactical AR, gold standard AR. Bandages, he's got brick.
He sees those grenades. I was thinking exactly that. Yep.
Well, B to this point, he knows based on the audio, Bugga is rotating back and forth in this sort of brick tunnel underneath. No tags quite yet. Minus a little bit of HP with Stink earlier. Sneezy still has the high ground here. Not a ton of materials he builds. At some point, he's going to have to opt to either push this or rotate away. And now might be the time to rotate away unless Bugga is pushing behind the seat here. Here we go. Oh, wait, not behind. Already has a gold combat. Separating from each other.
Higher floors that outside. If you want to see it, cherry blossom tree get knocked down and a lot of times competitive games.
But for the community here this weekend, did play yesterday. I believe he placed 14. With that damage, it looks like Benjamin.
West corner. Meanwhile, count. Crew made shot.
Winds up going down the. I like some of this. Clicks. Down the bandage for the moment. Already wrapped through, and Roche for speed.
Outside of Flint knocked opponent to rotate away, and Dubs does not want to. engaging. There are a certain number of when the circle closes, people are going to start to take 25 damage every tick. In the lobby. It's a way to encourage players to get engaged in fight. You can't really just sit still the entire time. You've got to get engaged, get involved in what's going on.
And it ended when we reached the threshold. Exactly. This first threshold, the drop below 70 players. So Storm Surge will make a play right now until 69 players is as well. Players who are below it, they're frantically searching for some damage they can do.
Those splashes, by the way, one of the best healing items in the game right now in scrimmages, competitive Fortnite. An instant throw of 20, and it's HP or shield. It will transfer across both. May not be able to get the soft quite yet. It's got to cancel.
He did.
Oh, he did indeed.
Yep.
Kurtz applying pressure from the side. Not a lot of ammunition right now in the inventory. Only 70 medium rounds for that heavy AR. Not the favorite for a spray weapon. Great at tap fire at a distance, though.
Look at how dead center this zone is in the bottom right of your screen. Mr. Savage did just get an elimination down on him often. That's a solid chunk with that common tactical shotgun. But another player begins to throw their name into the hat. Doc Ubo Kurtz, no more shield left. We'll back up for the moment.
At this point, with the circle where it is, we've got 60 seconds before things start to close, and I would say maybe a third of the field is still outside of the next safe zone. You're going to see a lot of players pushing to Loot Lake. You have to realize, if you're watching at home, if you're here at Arthur Ashe Stadium, competitive Fortnite is very much about late game strategy and positioning. 74 players right now remaining does not surprise us in the slightest, to be honest, especially with how much money is on the line. Harrians goes down. Start picking up that one, but not enough damage dealt. You see the Storm Surge. 2 more players need to get eliminated.
I think he just got up now as players began to drop. So Wakey went down to the Storm, Skype an elimination onto Astonish. We are 1 player away from the end of Storm. Dubs already dropped his plays this one. Gets to the opponent's box. 2 clean shots. And there it comes through. And near max materials, slurp juice, as well as chug splashes, will be sitting pretty with the inventory. Zone did to in these next zones. Here's everyone on the map. A rocket being in 5 of the 6 games, but in the end not able to close it out.
Players crunch is going to start to happen. Player count starting to dwindle. The loadout here in Zayd's inventory, a single shadow bomb going to be used for rotation if he has to. Not quite yet though, he's already in the next safe zone. That heavy sniper rifle we just saw moments ago, he'll probably go for it again. He's going to knock out a wall and immediately swap to that legendary AR to try and take shots while the wall is gone. One player may not be paying attention. Right here, immediate swap is solid crit through the wall. The Duke box up. It looks like at that moment he saw the box was being pressured from another player and decided to go for it.
Keep in mind,
here we go.
Keep in mind, no healing for Zayd, so you can see just how cautiously he's taking these fights.
Oh yeah.
Also today in solos, there's no longer the threat, Dr. Lupo, double heavy sniper. Sure, we've seen solo players try to use it to their advantage by themselves, but it just is not the same effect. Low, bottom right of the screen, Zayd top left of your screen, both with 2 eliminations so far, and here comes Storm Surge for players pushing on in. Not a threat to the wall, he's 409 above, but Karhu did just go down to that Storm Surge, so an unfortunate game number 1 there, and some free shotgun grenades to pick up. Dr. Lupo will be extremely useful in these rotating zones, and oh man, Lawboom is eating this stink bomb. 50 damage, Dr. Lupo. Terrible, terrible spot to be in for Lawboom.
Lawboom, a solo Irishman, qualified for the World Cup here. Going to have to push on through and try and make his way to the next safe zone. Multiple balls on the outside. He might be able to grab that one in the water right there if he sees it when he pops out. You can see Vivid on your screen. Evil Mare still there as well. Saw him rotating in. Multiple ballers still on the field.
Look at that.
Look at the
Oh
this is like a Fortnite World Cup apartment complex. You have countless players stacked in next to each other. Bizzle going for the edit reset. Can't quite catch himself just yet.
Muga still making plays happen. A lot of people have him high up on the leaders, and here it is again. Yarkos with the elimination from earlier on, down onto Aqua, who obviously was our FORTNITE World champion yesterday in duos. Rough start in game number 1. Bizzle, one of the most consistent and winningest Fortnite pro players of all time, Dr. Lupo. When you say a veteran in Fortnite competitive, Bizzle is at the top of that list, but here's Yarkos again. Now on the high ground after that first elimination, down onto Aqua, looking for more right now as he's got ultimate high.
This is one of the best spots in the game right now. We'll have to see where the map is going to rotate. In northwest, we have to make a move soon. Very hefty loadout. Not a whole ton of rotation. Does have the 2 launch pads. Does have the redeploy, but those are going to leave you exposed up in the air. Little look back, King. Station here. The feet starting to light up. 38 players. Oh yeah. And that count is going to go down, down, down. Zayd eliminated by left eye. Colorful taking up another one out as well. King, 4 eliminations. You have to remember, placement points don't kick in until top 25, so he only has those 4. But those are 4 very, very big points. Go the Storm starting to pressure players. You can see a lot of launch pads and redeploys come into play, and those community movement mechanics like launch pads placed on the ground would be tough. A player actually just flew right through King's box.
That could have been bad, Dr. Lupo. That could have been real bad.
Maybe a trap play from either player. We'll have to see here. Benji fishing the feed, taking another elimination. Top 35 now. Jax, we're coming 30 seconds away from the next circle.
And Mr. Savage trying to contest Rux for height as they both continue to build on up. Mr. Savage goes for the shot. Rux gives it up for the moment, so game one right now, the height goes to Mr. Savage, but there's still a ton of time left. On the low ground right now, you've got Pika week, Class week, Fledermoy's week, Tuesday week as well. Mr. Savage has shot down Rux for the moment. He still continues to keep fighting. Yarkos, though, looking to challenge right now. 27 players left. Placement points about to come into play.
Yarkos takes the ultimate high in the backside there. Rivershot continues to flying across right left of the screen. Multiple players. Ultimate low ground warrior. They're in and out of ballers. Class looks like he might campfire in the middle.
King at 7 limbs, and it's made it into placement. King absolutely the number one performance so far in game one. 120 in total HP. Can he find it to live? No! As the crowd erupts. Top 20 now, though, but King got the job done. There was 27 players left, Dr. Lugo. King eliminates the last two to make it a top 25 for the placement points.
Huge plays there. Whalen going down the feed. What a shot. A quick end swap there. Ruga showing lines.
Top 15.
Magler feed at the top left. One of the most important things to watch. Look at some players' names. Eight players out. Movement now. Here it is. The Shadow Bomb for rotation. Still got 2 more in his inventory, which this late in the game is huge. He does have the 3 shockwave grenades as well. His height is significant. Or even a long-range rotation. 8 players remaining. Jack Yarkos, 4 eliminations. Everyone in here getting those placement points. Lead from above. No builds. No builds. Be tough there. Solve between that. Look at the 5 right now moving forward.
Not only that, still with shockwave grenades too. The number one point we've seen in competitive FORTNITE this weekend, when he used the shockwave to go for height, it's not only on height. You can see that. That was him taking a look for exactly where the player is. I think it's time, Dr. Lugo. Yo, Shadow Bomb will be used. Okay, so not quite doing it yet. Looking for a higher looking to see.
He's saving those. Don't you worry. I guarantee before too long, a player like this is going to place it. He's going for ended shots. Big hit. My gosh, outside. Buga picking up his 6th elimination. Creo, Rux, Buga all on the low ground. Bella EU, all there.
One player to shockwave the height. It's still Sam up top.
Still got it. Same floor as Creo, 1v1 up top, 1v1 on the bottom, stuck in the box. Big hits, back-to-back shots. Buga picking up another elimination. Buga is playing out. Almost going to be his game to win. We'll see here another one. Can he find the 9th elimination and the first victory royale, the World Cup solos?
Dr. Lupo, it might be time soon. It might be time soon. Buga smiling. He's got the health advantage on Creo.
He does.
Folks, it might be time for the shockwave play. Buga could soar up into the sky. Go for it. Here it is. Shockwave to height. Shots coming in. No elimination yet for the first game victory royale.
Oh my gosh. Confident play from Buga. What a monster. The first victory royale.
The crowd on their feet. Buga, calm, cool, and collected, wipes out 5 of the last top 6 players for the victory royale. What a swing of points right there, Dr. Lupo. You get the win. You get max placement points. 9 limbs too, folks. That is a statement game number 1 for Buga, and here it is again. The shockwave up. Creo tried to prepare. You see the damage coming on through, but at that point, with that much of a health advantage, Creo stands no shot. What a brilliant ending. Talk about a great late game. Solos absolutely living up to the hype of the duo competition yesterday.
Imagine being in the World Cup Finals, and instead of opting for a safe, stay down the bottom, bait your shots, you throw a shockwave down and you ascend to the high ground, take over, and get the victory royale.
Much deserved game 1 victory right there. The number one thing I noticed from Buga, in the shadow bombs, so people worry so much about popping out of the shadow and immediately boxing and protecting themselves. Instead, Buga winds up pushing forward, looking for where his next victim could be, and then pops out of the shadow and eliminates the player. It happened 3 times right there, and it was big reasons why he was able to push on through. Buga, an incredible performance. What is that, 19 points in game number 1?
Game number 1.
I don't see how anyone's above that.
At this point, I mean, we're going to take a look exactly to see where
like I predicted it.
That falls on the leaderboards. No surprise here. A 9-point lead out of game one. Kings 7 eliminations. We saw that earlier. Sadly goes down a little bit before those top couple placements. Psalm, Rux, Yarkos, ton of top tier players across the board right now. But a 9-point lead after game one is absolutely incredible.
And you look at the leaderboard right now, a big talk of yesterday, EU versus NA. EU, why so quiet earlier in the day? NA, why so quiet at the end of the day? 8 of the 10 top players after game one, all from the US. Here's your 11th through 20th place right now. You know, Benji Fishy on there, Evil Mare on there as well. But a fantastic start to today, and I'm loving the energy from this crowd at the first ever Fortnite World Cup. They saw how good the competition was yesterday, and I know everyone was so excited to kick it off today with millions watching online.
They saw Booga take game number 1.
He's down on the floor. Which one?
With the best of the best, sitting in the number 2 spot. He has played so absurdly well in that first game. This is what it's all about. If you can bring your aggression, what you do in the qualifiers, and take it to this stage, and you don't have nerves. If you're like Booga and say, I'm gonna go. If you're like, I'll shoot first, I'll take the 50 on Elim there, and I will.
You know, guys in the venue, do you guys want to see the Fortnite World Cup next year? Should we do this again?
I'm thinking yes. Jeff.
All right, budget's approved. Epic, it's happening. But folks, let's get back into the action. Game number 2 about to begin. Buka, the superstar of Game 1, the talk on all social media with the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. What a play. The lobby is ready. The players are ready. Ladies and gentlemen in the venue, are you ready? Game 2 of the solo competition here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals starts right
after last game. I have a feeling you're going to see maybe potentially more contested drops and players vying for those points, seeing exactly what can be done now. Buka bringing home 9 eliminations in that first game. I think the next 2 closest was 7-4, and everybody was below that. The Arcos, I think, having 4, King with 7. Going into game 2, no, we still have 5 remaining. No, based on the leaderboards from yesterday, 17 points at 1 point, second, first, and last. By the way, we can see the mini-map, but Tifu, yeah, there it is. There it is. I'm pretty sure Tifu has the block all by himself. Again, Flipnote didn't want to challenge it this time.
No one nearby at all, and also on that map, look at the 2 llamas right outside a racetrack. It looks like one player's about to go claim him. Also, Bizzle, who basically lands in Dusty Divot uncontested, I believe already got a llama in this one. So, some great movement will be up there for them. Here again, the stats for last match. First place, the Victory Royale, 19 total points because of those 9 limbs. Sitting pretty, 5 games away from $3 million.
I have to say, I feel like after one game, seeing an average placement stat of first, that's something I would screenshot just to hold on to. Yeah,
best player in the world.
I averaged.
Zone, more of a southwestern side zone on this one, so already some good variation between the zones in game 1 and game 2. Hornet will continue to move slowly but surely over to Nyx. So again, looking at the map.
Possible of having to chew through too many rounds. Reload here, the drum shotgun, so much damage dealt with this thing so far. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes in for it here in just a second, and he does. Watch that corner. Hornet still on the defensive. Long-range spray from a drum shotgun isn't enough, but up close, the thing is very, very deadly. Nyx picking up first elimination in this game.
Also with the emote after the eliminations. That's 2 so far. This is spicy.
Jeff, you love
I mean, I love this.
You love it.
I get like one limit for every 3 games. Every time I have the option to win, it's fantastic.
Oh, very important right there. Knicks had the most of the options.
Line opens at 61 after disqualifying right there. That's crazy too. And
Knicks from Brazil. Brazil often saw very impressive gameplay from the players in the qualifying matches.
All they would do was kind of stomp through their lobbies. We always talk about how insane it was. Here's the inventory for Tfue right now. 4 minis, 3 big shields,
Good lord,
4 shadow bombs, a launch pad, a legendary infantry rifle, a blue pump shotgun. Tfue set up for the rest of this game, nearing max materials as well. This is what happens when you give this man block all by himself.
Nobody.